It's never too late to start over and reinvent yourself. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to overcome your past, how to build your new personality, how to harness the power of your strengths and build a brand new life. But before we get to that, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the notification bell because you'll get brand new videos when they come out. Leave a thumbs up if you like a video, all that good stuff. So the first thing that you need to do is simply to have that understanding. It is never too late to reinvent yourself. Now, as time goes on, it gets more difficult because the more that you settle into a certain routine, the harder it is to get out, right? So the more you move up in decades, going from 20 to 30, then 30 to 40, 40 to 50. Well, a lot of people in their 40s and 50s who could reinvent themselves and start over, they've just been living the same life for decades. So it's just too much for them to bear, and they've spent so much time building that identity that they just don't do anything with it. But you've seen those classic examples, Colonel Sanders at 65, Vera Wang in her 40s, Samuel L. Jackson in his 40s. All these people who started careers and were late bloomers who were able to start over and reinvent themselves. So regardless of what your age is, you still have a chance. But it's also having that importance and understanding that the clock is ticking. So one thing I talked about on this channel over and over and over is using the lens of your mortality. You are going to die one day. And every single day, honestly, the thing that keeps me motivated to do everything I've done over the past 8 years to build my full-time career, to build a multi-six-figure business, all of that is me waking up in the morning and saying, Io, you are going to die. Do you want your last day on earth to be lazy? Do you want your last day on earth to be full of procrastination? Do you want your last day on earth to not be swinging for those big opportunities? So that's one thing. Focus on your mortality. There's a famous quote from Steve Jobs where he says every single day he wakes up and asks himself if the way he's about to spend his day or the way he spent the day before would be ideal, given that he would die the next day. And he said if that was too many days in a row where the answer was no, where he wouldn't be satisfied, he'd find a way to change. So number one is using the lens of your mortality. Number two is letting go of the past. As hard as it might be, I can attest to making mistakes. I've dropped out of college, even though I took out tens and thousands of dollars of loans. I got arrested. I went to jail. I've been divorced. I've had bad things happen to me. I've hurt other people and did bad things to them. There were a lot of times where I could have pulled the trigger on something that would have made my life better, but I hesitated, I procrastinated, and I got scared and I didn't do it. So the only options that I have are to move forward or to continue dwelling. And people dwell for one simple reason. You dwell because the longer you spend your life not doing what you want to do, you just build up this identity as someone who doesn't follow through on their goals. And self-pity is this weird kind of love relationship where even if you don't like your life, you at least know what to expect. You crave that familiarity. You're so afraid of uncertainty. And those past experiences, the things that people said to you, the naysayers, the people that put you down, the moments of rejection, embarrassment, and failure that made you not want to try again, all the times you tried and failed, all that stuff just starts to weigh on you to the point where you're like, you know what, I'm just content to live however I want to live, even if my life sucks. And that's honestly what most people do. But the only way to get over it is you have to let it go. Whatever is done is done. Whatever happened in the past is over with, and you only have now and the future to start a new life. And then the next thing that you can do, one way to flip your mindset and think about, okay, maybe you haven't been living up to your standards in the past. Maybe you made a lot of mistakes in the past. Maybe there were a lot of things you wanted to do, but you hesitated out of fear. Well, now your job in the present moment is to avenge all of those past negative experiences. If there were people in the past who doubted you, show them wrong. If there were people in the past who didn't see your value, prove it to everyone that you're a better version of yourself. The people who said no to you, show them that it was a mistake to say no to you. The people who didn't believe in you, SHIT all over them. I'm a fan of spite. I like using spite. I like having a chip on my shoulder. I like people doubting me and naysaying me, and I make it my life mission to prove them wrong because it's a good motivator, and then I prove it to myself. The only way that I've been able to alleviate the pain of past mistakes is to go back into those same territories where I failed and attack it until I succeed. And then I don't have to ruminate about the past because at least I made up for it. I balanced those scales. So avenge the past. That's step number 2. And then the last step, the way you start your life over, the way you reinvent yourself, you create a new character, right? So it's not somebody else, but it's you who is the strongest version of yourself, who isn't always afraid, who has confidence, who goes for what they want, right? So you can use your same natural talents, strengths, and gifts, but amplify them and act like the ideal version of yourself. One of my favorite quotes is someone once told me the definition of hell, that by the end of your life, the person you became meets the person you could have become. And that's the craziest part about it. There is someone, like if you just replaced a different mindset inside of your same body with your same looks, with your same strengths and your same weaknesses, they'd be out there killing it just because they believed in themselves. So it's not you, it's your belief systems. And you build new belief systems by basically really create a new character. How do you want to be? What kind of life do you want to live? What kind of money do you want to make? What kind of relationships and connections do you want to have? What kind of values are you going to stand for moving forward? Creating core values, the things that mean a lot to you, and sticking to them, like really create a code of ethics for the way you want to live. Don't tell anyone about it and just live by it. And so now your goal is, if you create a new character for yourself, now your job is to literally become like a method actor, right? So you've seen actors where they're trying to fit in for a role, like they won't just go on set and act. Like every part of their day, they literally wake up and they're that character. Heath Ledger, rest in peace. Part of the reason people suspect he went crazy is because every single morning when he woke up, he wasn't Heath Ledger, he was the Joker. So you can use that in a positive way, and you have to start method acting as this new version of you. So in every situation, if you want to be smart, you say, what would a smart person do in this situation? If you want to make money, you would say, what does someone who makes money do in the situation? If you want to be confident, you ask yourself, what would a confident person do in the situation? And then your job is to live out that script, write your story to an end, create goals, create milestones that you want to hit. And that is now your path. You just follow it and you do your best to follow it every single day. Sometimes it's not going to work, but you just dust yourself off and you start over every single day and do it every single day until it works. And the last piece of wisdom that I'll give you is that literally every single day you can wake up and you could just make a decision to change your behavior. I've went from being lazy to one day I just decided I'm going to be motivated, and then I was motivated. I was broke, and then one day I decided I'm going to learn how to make money, and I learned how to make money. I have been in situations where I didn't have no connections and didn't know anyone, and I've literally made plans. How am I going to meet people and make connections and build and grow? And I just saw them out. And then every single day, you have to do your best to stay in the present moment. Stay off the social media, remove distractions, create dedicated time to work on your projects, to work on your business, to go out there and meet people, to make money plans, all of these things. And then your life moving forward is just a continuing series of present moments. You're never going to get to that future you want unless you're able to stay present every single day. And even if you're not present every single day, you start the clock over and you try your best to be present in every single moment and squeeze the juice out of this life because you don't know how much time you have left. Okay, if you look in the description below, a key to starting your new life is learning skills that can help you grow. So I have a PDF below that'll teach you how to build profitable skills, figure out your strengths so you can start a new business, start a new life, start a new everything. So check that out in the description and below. Click the link, put your email in, and you'll get that free guide straight away. Also, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment, subscribe. If there's video ideas you want me to work on, put them in the description below and I will make them. All right. See you in the next video.